aspirants, welcome to another session on Law School Insider. So today we are going a little different from our regular pattern. Today we have somebody from one of the leading law school or one of the leading law institutions in the country. And yes, it's not an NLU, but nothing more than an NLU also. It's yes, I'm talking about Kirit Mehta School of Law, or famously known as NMIMS School of Law. And we have a student representative. We have somebody from the student council joining in today. So we have Sakshi here. Hi, Sakshi, and welcome to the session. So,
Hi.
yes, so without any delay, let's talk about you first before talking about the institution. So tell me something about you. You are in your second year already, spent more than a year in the institution, that too post-COVID. So how does it feel? How is it?
Yeah, I think we were the first batch right after the COVID batch. So our seniors were the last, it was the last batch that had to go through law school online. And then we came in and it was pretty easy, like the transition. I would say that we did not feel like burdened or anything as such. Like it didn't feel like we were coming like after COVID. Our 12th sort of ended, or like our online schooling ended with 12th itself. So I
Okay.
think our batch started on a decent pedestal with like offline law school. So it was fine.
Nice, perfect. So how is the life at NMIMS?
Uh, if okay, there are two angles to it. If you are a non-commuting student,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Even if you are a commuting student, it's amazing. But you have to like sort of balance it out, considering like I'm a commuting student, so I have to. It kind of can get hectic, but it's again like very personal to people. But talking about on-campus, like the experience, it's not as hectic as it could get. It's like considering it's law school and the nuances of law school that
Yeah.
come with it, it's pretty doable.
Wonderful. So, I mean, before, starting with the session, we had this discussion and you were telling me you are the PR head. So, what is a PR head? What is the role of the student council in general? What do you do?
Okay, so in short, the student council of Kirit Mehta School of Law, KPM Soul in short, because it's a really long name. So
Perfect.
the student council of KPM Soul is basically like a bridge between the students and the administration and the faculties. So any information that needs to get through, to the students, like the student body. So all the students of KPM Soul is known as student body, and the student council kind of like is the bridge that connects the communication between the administration and the student body. So that's primarily our major job, and to organize all the committees in the college also come under the umbrella of student council.
Okay.
So the student council kind of the committees work independently, but the student council basically is just like uh, it's just an umbrella body that looks over the functioning of these committees and makes sure that everything is like being done in a certain proper disciplined
Okay.
manner. And as a PR HOD, head of the department, my job is majorly communication based, like all the messages that need to go out, all the communication that needs to be made, even to third parties from outside, like you as well. So like just in general, just being the communication medium, that's primarily my job.
Okay, superb. I mean, that's nice that from the start itself you get this exposure where you're supposed to not only act like a leader but be one. So
True, true.
that's a very nice year. And living in Amchi, Mumbai,
Oh,
so
yeah.
an institution is right in the heart of the city. I mean, a lot of people consider this to be mini Gujarat only, but
Oh yeah, SPKM is honestly the day I entered college, I was like, wow, interesting. Because I had never seen that side of Bombay. And I'm like, I was like, wow, the fact that you get exposed to
hmm,
like a very varied crowd, like, there are people from all sorts of places. Like they'll be like from outside Mumbai as well and from
Correct.
within Mumbai as well. And then you see the dedication with which they like travel and they come to college and everything is just like really it's actually like an eye opener kind of thing. It was for me at least.
Mhm.
Wow. I mean, there's I mean you get to know so many places first of all.
Correct.
And I I'm probably saying that from like a privileged standpoint, but
Uh,
either way, it's really good to network with people of such varied
Correct.
localities and vicinities. So it's really great, like exposure wise.
That's very nice. And I mean, now that you mention about the dedication with which they come to the college. So, of course, a lot of people, I mean, a lot of the people around here have this idea that, since there are colleges in Mumbai, attendance is something that is just, koi farak nahi padta hai. You just enroll into a
True.
college and then you can study wherever, or you can learn law in practicality, but you don't need to learn the theory. So, and I mean, I have heard this, but I'm not really sure about it. So, you please enlighten me with this, that what is the idea of attendance or institutions curriculum in general?
Okay, so I'll answer that like one by one. So
Yeah,
coming to
please.
the attendance part, firstly, yes, in general, Mumbai colleges from like suppose my junior college, I won't name colleges here, but like suppose my junior college, JC, was had no attendance thing. Like they say 70%, but they don't really care about it. So you kind of like just bunk, whether you live far away or even close, even if you have the means and the privilege of going to college, you just don't because you can just like stay at home. And since we were the COVID batch, online people took it very lightly. So after that, after such a phase, after such a COVID situation, you come to the real world and you come to a college where attendance is 80% as like it's capped at 80% and it's mandatory. And slowly you realize that, oh, you can't bunk if you have a friend's birthday or something like that. You have to show up because honestly, people can see it like it can look like uh, either a bad thing or a good thing. And people usually try to ignore the good part about this attendance mechanism. Uh, Nobody has ever actually told us why this attendance cap at 80%. But if you go into the depths of why would they do it, it's actually good that they make students come, show up, and actually sit for lectures. Otherwise, people would just take their education, their seats for granted, right? So
Correct.
it's really in a way, like as I see it, genuinely, honestly, I think the attendance thing is a good thing. It might get a little hectic for, like because we are teens and we want to like have fun. It might get hectic that way, but then again, that's like an us thing
Yeah.
from the knowledge and the education point of view, from the point of view of coming and getting certain exposure, certain knowledge. I mean, getting the knowledge that you need to get the practicality of your basically we're doing law, so we need to know our stuff, right? So from that point of view, I think this attendance thing is really great. And it's not like it's that bad that you have to show up for like all the lectures. You can still like miss I think you can still miss 20%, right? It's still
Correct.
like if you plan it out, if you're judicial with your attendance, you can still have fun. It's not like it's barring you from having fun. But
Yeah.
overall, it's a good thing to make sure you come to college because honestly, there are colleges in Mumbai, even
Mhm.
law colleges, which have no strict attendance at all. People just show up during exams. And
Correct.
there are so many angles to it. You are lost during exams. See what was taught. You don't know. Here, you know what was taught because you've gone through the ICA procedure. I mean, the internal assessment component. You've gone through all the uh, vivas and the class participation. You are so present that you are still somewhat prepared for your exams. You're not like hunting for stuff. Obviously, this comes comes with if you're an attentive student.
Yeah.
It's all really how you approach it. Like there are always two sides to a coin, right? So it's like
Absolutely.
from the good side, like actually if you try to understand with maturity, it's actually a very good thing, the attendance part.
Wonderful. I mean, that's so good to know that there is this sense of what do you say, collectiveness or sense of this understanding that you have for the institution, that you aspire to be one of the top advocates and or somebody in the legal fraternity, and your institution is ready to give you that. The condition is that you have to be present physically and mentally, and that is what is required from you. And that is what I mean comes with this idea that 80% attendance is compulsory. So that's a very good thing. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean that's so good to know. So that's wonderful. And coming to the second part of the question, that the kind of curriculum or what is the pedagogy in general? I mean, if you can tell me a little about that.
Okay, so one thing, personal experience. First day of college, we come, we're like, okay, it'll be chill, it'll be like fine. And you expect no teacher to teach you on the first day, right?
Yeah,
And it's still fine if they do, but like, they usually don't go heavy or anything. And I'm not saying any teacher did, but the first day we were introduced to all the components and all the things we'll have to do throughout law college to like sort of pass. And I'm not saying it like, oh, it's very hard or anything. I'm just saying that the curriculum and the pedagogy is so well calculated and it's so well structured that even if you have to be present. If you are in class, you have to be present to get where you want to get if you are serious about law school. So considering I personally, I do take it very seriously, because if I'm studying here, I need to take it seriously. So
yeah,
I genuinely appreciate how structured it is, because on the first day they told us that you'll have research paper, you'll have viva, you'll have seminar, you'll have this. And for me, it was all very new. I'm like, what is all this? I have
correct.
never written a research paper ever. And from the first year itself, them inculcating research paper culture in you, especially as a law student, it's really great, right? Considering the structuredness of the so we have the ICA, right, which is the internal assessment component, which is like 50 marks total,
Correct.
and then you have the final exams, right? So in the ICA you have many components. So in our first year it was research paper, viva, seminar, and class participation. And the marking rubrics was like completely like, it's very detailed, I won't go into that. And this year they kind of removed research paper owing to um, the contingencies that come with AI coming into the picture and people using chat GPT for research paper and all. We do have research paper culture still, yes. We have it through a committee known as
Okay.
Center for Research and Conference, CRC.
So you have a
And
separate center for that.
we we had it initially as well. It was known as
Okay.
Center for Excellence. This year they have actually like upgraded, or they've just like changed the face of it, and it's now called the Center for Research and
Okay.
Conferences. And if you are genuinely interested in research paper and you take it ethically and morally, you want to actually get into that sort
Yeah.
of act, like just get into researching and publishing, then you can approach CRC, or you could just start independently and they help you out, right? So it's not like the research paper culture is gone totally. So we had research paper as ICA last year. Um, and it was like for now this year, owing to the change of face due to AI and everything, this year we have quizzes, we have midsems, and we have GDs. So considering how the real world will be post our undergrad,
Correct.
in like say if somebody chooses to go to MBA, and
Hmm.
if you have after CAT, I think you have the GD round. So it's like they are preparing you for real world through this, right? Even the internal component, even if it's for just 10 marks, they're
Yeah.
introducing it to you. They are teaching you how you are to, go about a group discussion.
Hmm.
Right now, you're just doing it with your friends and you are still in, and some teachers don't allow you to do it with friends or like your chosen groups. You have to do it either roll number wise, or you have to go with like groups that they decide.
Yeah.
But in the future, it's kind of preparing you for proper serious GDs you might have in say some IIM or even say Harvard Business School. You have to be really prepared for it. You can't
Absolutely.
just come from a background that hasn't prepared you for it and just be lost at that point, right? So I think the IC as a whole, it prepares you genuinely, like even with the research papers, from first year they're teaching you how to do research, and I've heard from my friends in other law schools they don't have research papers compulsorily from the first year itself. So
Correct.
they start late and they're like pretty chilled about it, whereas in NMIMS students have like really like published papers in really good journals from their first year itself, which is an achievement altogether. So
Absolutely.
exactly. So the ICA component is, in my opinion, somewhere people, even teachers say it's where you can score. If you genuinely put your heart into it, you like really go for it. You prepare for it. Now it's more about preparation because it's like mid-sems and GDs, and you have to be really aware of the current affairs and also just one thing prepares you in so many different realms, right? So you're
Correct.
really prepared. So it's if you really like are prepared for it, you're really putting your work into it, you're like going to get the marks. They can't cut it. Nothing. It's very set. It's very objective. Now it's rather objective because uh, it's all like this, you'll get the marks. You're aware. You're better. You know you're better able to answer a certain question because of the knowledge that you took the efforts to learn. You'll get your marks. You're getting what you deserve, right?
Yeah.
Upon
Yeah.
your based on your hard work. And then the final exams is like a pretty standard exam. It's called terminal end exam, TEE, which is just like any other final exam where you have your even one thing which I found really great um, in NMIMS was that their syllabus. So we get course outlines with all the
Okay.
units that we have, with all
Okay.
the expectations that the faculties have out of the students, what
Okay.
will we be marked on, what is going to come for exams, what part, what where to study from. They have links and they have book names and they have even pages, like it goes down to that detail, but they
All
like
right.
tell you everything from tip to toe ki, this is going to come and this is what you're going to be taught in, say, marketing 1, marketing 2,
Correct.
or law of contracts 1, law of contracts 2, and you are aware, okay, this is what the structure is, and you can start preparing from before your semester even starts.
Okay.
So
So this
everything is
happens. Sorry to cut you. So this happens all across the, campuses, or is it?
it's pretty standard. It's like an NMIMS thing. Like I think it's even there in like other schools with like School of Commerce and stuff. I think even they have the same thing. It's very I think it's an NMIMS thing. And I personally, as a student, really appreciate the clarity, we get as students. Okay, this is what you're supposed to study. Because as far as I'm aware, many other law schools don't have such a structured
Yeah.
course outline that you get well in advance. So you know what you're going to get, what you're going to study, what you have. And then you can, the links that they provide are also like mostly the books that they ask us to refer are pretty uh they're the benchmark in like so they'll be like, for economics we have Michael Todaro and Gregory Mankiw and everything, and it's like really the highest, the best of the best books that you
Correct.
get to refer from. Like I think it's the same books that international institutions use, like Harvard and Oxford. Like they actually use these books, so it's really great to know that you're studying from uh, the like books which are like the best in the industry. So it's not like you're learning from any randomly picked book. You're studying from the best of the available resources, be it
Yeah.
like links, blogs, or videos, or just books and reference papers. And there's also this culture of being taught through research papers, which
Okay.
again I feel is like a really good thing. Like
Correct.
I don't
Absolutely.
because in undergrad degrees, usually in like the best of the best institutions in the industry, they actually teach you through proper research papers and such material. And in India, it's kind of lagging in like
Yeah.
it's
It is.
genuinely,
It
it's
is.
not a culture here to read through research papers and learn for your exams through research papers. Everybody is in this mindset कि कौन से पेज बुक आई मीन बुक में कौन से पेज से लर्न करना है, मुझे मुझे दे देना whatever, तू अपनी notes दे दे, ये दे दे.
Yeah.
And then there's this whole notes business. And I'm not saying there are no notes in our college either. Like it's pretty standard during final exams. You have your friends' notes and everything. But like the way we are taught through research papers and books and stuff, I think I really appreciate it because it's kind of preparing us to be able to read 10 research papers or like 50 research papers within I mean, it's not that hard right now. Right now. I mean, still in second year, but like it's not that hard right now, but at least you have an idea because coming from just another ordinary junior college, you are not aware of research paper culture. You're not aware of this reading through research material and everything. What is an abstract? How to go through it? What is this, that? So all in all, I really appreciate the academic angle of NMIMS. School of Law, I can't speak for other colleges, but I think some things are pretty standard all across like NMIMS. So that's about it about like the academics curriculum point of view, that we have the ICA 50 marks in the final exams, and the way we go about it is also pretty nice, and the fact that you have to show up to know about it is also pretty nice. So you're
That's
pretty sorted if you put your heart into it. That's all I'm saying. Like if you're serious about it, you'll get through law school. NMIMS law school, genuinely.
that's actually very wonderful to see, because see, from nothing to making you everything, it's a very difficult journey looking at a institution's perspective also, so which is a very good thing. And understanding this, when you're trying to say that you all are taking those efforts to get you out of that comfort zone, and as you said that abhi ke liye easy hai, but you eventually you might have some very regularized standard का abhi hai जो बढ़ता जाएगा. So understanding this, that even if they are taking you out of your comfort zone, they take it with that, the ease is so much that you understand, you become a part of that culture, which is very
True.
important. That
Yeah.
until and unless that institution makes you a part of it, you are never actually connected to. You don't feel one with your alma mater. So
The fact that I know that me doing this work is actually making me grow actually wants me to put in the effort. Like if you see me before entering NMIMS or like starting first year, and you see me now, I never spoke this confidently in my first semester. Like I had zero clue whatsoever. I would just be like, just there. But then after that, you have your vivas, you have your seminars, you have your presentations, you have your group projects, and then you actually have
correct.
to like, if you want to, in a group project again, the whole angle of there's one person who works, there are the others who don't. So it kind of sorts of prepares you to grow. Like even if you don't try, you will invariably grow because you have
Absolutely.
to put that effort in. And the fact that you need to grow in like the field of law because it's all
Correct.
about growing and collecting that that knowledge and just that experience, be it through internships or through your peers or through academics itself. You're
Yes.
really getting that here, so it's really great.
I mean, that's wonderful to see. And I mean, before we come to the end of the session, there's one more thing that I want to know. Now that I know so much about academics, and I actually feel so good to know about this, I want to know something. I mean, academics तो हो गया, but when I try to look at it from other perspective, कि बच्चों को और भी जानना होता है, there's something that we want to know extra. कि extra curricular क्या है? What is the life or what is happening in NMIMS? That's one thing.
Okay, so
I mean, one more thing. So for our audience, if you can just tell us that where are the other campuses as well located, so that if somebody is looking to enroll for NMIMS, and not specifically Mumbai, so where all is it located? Which places? So that's two.
so the campuses, there is Mumbai, of course, then there's Navi Mumbai, there's Hyderabad, there's Bangalore, then there is Chandigarh and Indore. So there's
Oh,
like six-ish.
super.
As far as I'm aware, that's six campuses for School of Law. And
Correct.
the Mumbai campus has the name Kirit Mehta School of Law. Others are just known as NMIMS School of Law, but
Okay.
they are as much as part of, there's like under the umbrella of NMIMS School of
Correct.
Law. Yeah.
That's one.
And about the curricular and extracurricular activities, sorry. So we have a lot. We have a good culture of curricular activities as well as extracurricular, but majorly what kind of grabbed my attention was the curricular activities. So we have the we have the moot court committee, of course. We have the alternative dispute resolution committee. We have
Okay.
the We have we've had we have had like we have the Center for Research and Conferences now, initially known as Center for Excellence, and then we even have the legal aid, and there are quite a lot. These are just on the top of my mind, majorly because I was like, how would be the moot court culture here? How would be the ADR culture here? I was pretty like skeptical regarding that. But as and when like I got more and more exposed to it, I realized that NMIMS has a really good ADR culture, like of representing, and even moot court culture. Uh, we had a team go to Philips JSEP this year, which is really
Okay.
great. So that's like we are international in moot court as well. So
Oh, that's
um,
wonderful.
exactly, it's like I look up to those seniors that wow, to get there is genuinely a big achievement in
Absolutely.
in the law field, in the law academics field. So uh when I realized that when we go and represent NMIMS School of Law out there, we
Mhm.
actually put up a good show, we actually put up a good performance, and we're not like people who just go and like participate. We
Correct.
actually are like, we have that in us. We have a good practice culture training sessions. We have everything regarding that. And even ADR, we have won quite a lot of NLU events, and be it like just semi-finalists or finalists or winning best this mediator, whatever. As far as I'm aware, we have that good, we have that strong over here, and that's majorly why I personally have focused a lot on curricular activities. Like I make sure I participate in moot court competitions, and I'm still in my second year, so we're just still limit. Like of course, the preference is given to experienced fourth years and third years, right? But to be able to build towards that. So for us, from the very first year, they had novice moot court and novice ADRC. So they're preparing you from the first year itself. They're exposing you,
Correct.
ki, oh, this is how, because um, initially when they did not have novice, the seniors would be pretty lost in their second year. Ki, oh, you've put us against like third years and fourth years. Obviously, we are going to be bad. And even if it'll be a
Yeah.
learning experience, we should still be like we should still be exposed to the nuances of moot court and stuff. So with us, the novice got introduced, and it was really really helpful. And for us in second semester, moot court clinical was made like 100 marks ICA component. There was no final exam for it. There was 100 marks. It was 100 marks ICA component where we had to do moot court like within our classrooms, of course. We had like our teams and everything, and we were taught how to research, how to speak, everything. It was just like it was a subject. So to have that is really great.
Correct.
And even legal aid, I love that committee. It's like, I don't know, personally I find a very wholesome committee. I know it's a very it might sound like a very serious committee, but the work they do, the heart they put into the work they do, going out and providing legal services, and conducting workshops and donation drives and everything. It's very 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 strong and very nice. It's one of the first committees I got exposed to, and I genuinely appreciate the work they do, and they do it really, really well. We have a good network of, even lawyers who want to help us do pro bonos and everything through legal aid. So understanding, I've only seen legal aid committees and say like law shows and law movies and stuff, and then you get to see it in your college, and it's pretty good. So it's a really strong positive for us. And then of course we have the center of research and conferences. They host a plethora of conferences, and I feel that I would never, in my right mind, as like a 17-year-old, would think that I'm going to willingly go and sit in conferences. But if I might just tell any viewer out here, you should sit in conferences, you should go for workshops, because it's literally one of the best ways to just understand why people do what they do in the law field and how they do it. And
Correct.
honestly, if you, as a first year, of course, everybody keeps saying it's really hard to get internships and it's really hard to gather the experience and
Yeah.
everything. Might as well just sit for these conferences. Half of the time, most of the time, they're free, at least in an MIMS School of Law. And you get to just get the experience hands on from industry experts. And we have international experts coming in. We have, in-house experts coming in. We have alumni and everything, which is, it's just really great to get the experience from them. And this year, uh, student council itself introduced like industry connect. So we get like industry experts. So we had like, for example, a conference, not a conference, like a workshop, kind of a guest lecture thing on gaming law, where we had the co-founder of Orangutan coming in. We had laws with Rachna, advocate Rachna coming in, and we had even international speakers coming in for IPR and everything. So it's genuinely like, if you just try and just sit, you will understand. As a second year, I got to know that if I'm at all interested in IPR or not, and I got to know things that I would have never thought or learned even through YouTube videos, no matter how much I try. So that's really great. And then coming to extracurriculars, we again have a plethora of things. So we have an intra-cultural committee known as Fatur, and then we have like a bigger cultural committee known as Navrang. Navrang is like an amalgamation of like cultural as well as sports.
Okay.
Both the sides are there in that one. It's basically the name of the fest, but it's also the committee's name. So Navrang encompasses all the cultural aspects as well as the sports aspect. And under the sports aspect, for say intra sports fests, we have Olympics and stuff where all these years like compete against each other. I don't know why, but it feels very Hogwartsy. Like it feels like, we get like color coded, like last year, first years were yellow color. I felt very like, what is it? Like that house. Okay, whatever. But yeah, I felt very like, it felt very competitive and stuff, and took
Correct.
like first years won against fourth years in football or something, third years, I don't know, but like it was just like really fun to watch. It was really fun to participate in. And of course, when you participate in such events, you do get attendance exemption, so it's not like you're not having fun in college. You get
Yeah.
to go out there. You still have to care that I'm getting my attendance or not. You have to make sure your roll number has been given, but you still get to go have fun. You still can, you know, not worry and just like have fun, be it sports or be it cultural. You have the debating society, you have the the Model United Nations Society.
Yeah.
I think Mansok is actually academic. So again, because it teaches you diplomacy and everything, and even
Yeah.
that's really important
Yes.
in the legal field. So we have, I think, every aspect that we need. We also have like gender sensitization cell and everything.
Okay.
So it's like I think we have like a really good constellation of committees, which, kind of like um, cater to each and every aspect that law school should have, or any college in general should have, be it
Correct.
cultural, sports, uh, you know, be it related to gender, or be related to like academics. It's just like everything is there. It's like really inclusive, it's really broad, and it's a very fun way to network with your seniors. It's all about what speaks out to you. I genuinely thought that I'd be interested in, I'd be like, whoo, cultural stuff, this and all. But the more I got to know about the nuances of the curricular, you know, activities and events, I kind of like just got like switched into it. But that does not mean that the other committees are not great. They're genuinely great. And even the student council has its own, because it's the overlooking committee over all the
Okay.
committees. We
Okay.
kind of work in unison. We kind of have like collective meetings, and we kind of host collective. We kind of like do collaboration like between committees as well. So
Okay.
it's really great as a whole. So that's
I
how it
mean,
is.
I, to what I am understanding, the level of, with the level of passion that you're telling me about your institution, it feels like, so NMIMS is like one full package. It has
So,
everything. So that is actually very good. I mean, to for a student to speak so much about the institution and such good things about the institution is another exceptional case, and it's very good to see. Institutions are doing so well for you, and you on the other hand are understanding and respecting the same that they are giving to you, so which is, it is absolutely wonderful. And I mean, NMIMS this year has also, signed an MOU with the CLAT consortium, where, it is a part of the other 48 institutions that students can get admitted into in case you don't crack your desired NLU. So, you can get into the institution via your CLAT scores, which is another wonderful thing. So understanding this, I mean, coming to the end of the session, what message would you like to give to all your young friends or to the ones who are, planning to get into this legal fraternity? How exciting is this journey?
Okay, so through my personal experience, I'd say that don't get phased out, just because it's say not an NLU or like just a private institution. It's fine if you are getting the chance to come here and you are serious about getting into the legal field, which you should be, because this is a very demanding field academically
Correct.
and like
Absolutely.
career-wise as well. So you have to, I mean, you should be aware that you're stepping into this field. And
Yeah.
if you are stepping, you should be very, very serious about it. And if you are that serious about it, then invariably, inherently, you would want to put your effort into it. Then I think NMIMS is a good place to come to because it pushes you to grow in this field in like through many ways. And like I said, be it academically or be it activity wise, they actually do train you to do well in this field. They also have like a really great networking team. And I'm not saying like say through LinkedIn or, otherwise, I'm saying like even just making friends with your seniors, you get the exposure, you get the contacts you want to like it's not that contacts wala what I'm saying, mujhe yahan dila de and all. It's like you're building this you're building this network for yourself in
Yeah.
person, which will help you in the future. And apart from everything that I already initially said, all of these teeny tiny aspects also will help you grow. So all in all, I'd say, but step into this field seriously. And if you are serious, then don't hesitate or don't hesitate or don't like crib about having to put effort into it. You've chosen
Correct.
this field, put in the effort, and you will see growth. Be it an NMIMS or an NLU, I don't see how it academically, I don't see how it differs.
Yeah.
And otherwise, also you the fact that you will get exposure to other schools as well, not only School of Law. It's
Yeah.
a very great place to network. And like if I'm doing integrated BBA LLB, I'm getting exposure to people from School of Commerce and School of Branding and Advertising. And it's very good to have that kind of connections and have that kind of knowledge and have that kind of connectivity, right? So it's really great. I mean, you should be thoughtful about your choices and just work for it if you have chosen. It's all about your choices, right? So if you've chosen to do it, just do it. And you'll see the growth. That's for sure.
I mean, that actually very, very good and very perfectly put. So thank you so much, Sakshi, for giving that insight about the institution, and you've been amazing. Thank you so much, and thank you so much to all our viewers as well who have been watching this session. And so to read a little more about Kirit Mehta School of Law and know a little about that, and we'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care, and all the best for your studies. Thank you so much, Sakshi. Bye bye. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Bye.
Bye.